Hello, I'm Daniel, and today we talk about be thankful for what you have. Have you ever been so busy looking for your phone that you're actually talking on it? Your ear is pressed to it. You're saying hello to the person on the line, but your eyes are darting around the room, panicking, thinking, where is it? I can't find it. I have. More than once. And I think that's a pretty good picture of how we live a lot of our lives. We are holding the good thing in our hand, but because we're so focused on searching for the next thing or the better thing, we completely miss the fact that we already have it. We're talking on the phone, we're trying to find. Today, I just want to talk about that, about being thankful for what you have. Not as a chore, not as something you should do, but as a simple, amazing, and truly life-changing shift in where you point your attention. Let's be honest. The word gratitude can sound a bit grand, a bit like something for a special occasion, like a Thanksgiving dinner. Or it can sound like a duty, like your mom telling you to be grateful for your vegetables. But what if it's neither of those things? What if it's much simpler and much more powerful? What if it's just a noticing, a quiet, personal act of seeing what's already here? Think about your morning coffee or tea, that warm mug in your hands. For a moment, before you drink it, you just feel the heat. You smell the steam. You notice the color. In that moment, you are having the coffee. You are present for it. Most of the time, we just gulp it down while reading news or thinking about our to-do list. We have the coffee, but we don't experience having it. Being thankful is like that moment of noticing the warmth of the mug. It's the act of experiencing what you have while you have it. It's not about ignoring problems. If your roof is leaking, you don't sit there saying, I'm so thankful for this indoor rain feature. No, you get a bucket and you call a roofer. Thankfulness isn't about pretending bad things aren't bad. It's about not letting the leaky roof blind you to everything else that isn't leaking. The solid walls, the comfortable chair, the fact that you have a home at all. It's about the background, not just the problem spot. Our minds are problem-finding machines. It's how we survived for thousands of years. See the tiger, find the berry, fix the shelter. Our brain is always scanning for what's wrong, what's missing, what's next. And that's useful, but it's not the whole picture of life. If you only ever look for what's missing, your life will feel missing, empty, like you're always running but never arriving. Thankfulness is the gentle act of telling your brain, hey, stop scanning for a second. Look at what's already here. Look at what we've already found. Let me give you a silly example from my own life. Laundry. I used to hate doing laundry. It was a boring, never-ending chore. A pile of have to. Then, one day my washing machine broke. Just stopped. For a whole week, I had to take my laundry to a laundromat. It was loud, it cost coins, it took forever, and I had to sit there in a plastic chair watching it spin. When I finally got my machine fixed and I could load it in my own home and walk away, the feeling was incredible. I was so thankful for my own boring, humming washing machine. Now, when I load it, I sometimes remember that week at the laundromat, and I think this is pretty great. The machine didn't change. My feeling about it changed. Because for a moment, I saw it not as a given, but as a gift. I noticed it. That's the secret. Thankfulness lives in the act of noticing. You don't need a new thing. You need a new way of seeing the old things. We often think happiness is a formula. It looks like this. I will be happy when I get the new job, when I lose the weight, when I find a relationship, when I buy the car. We place our happiness in the future, tied to a condition. It's always just over the next hill. But thankfulness flips that script. It says, I can find a piece of happiness now by seeing what is already true. It's not about denying your desires. It's about not putting your entire sense of well-being on hold until they are met. You can want a better job and be thankful for the one you have that pays the bills. One feeling doesn't cancel out the other. It just makes the journey towards the better job a little less miserable. It's like being on a train. You want to get to the next city. That's your goal. You can spend the whole journey staring at the tracks ahead, tense, thinking, are we there yet? This is taking so long. Or you can look out the window, see the fields passing by, notice the sunlight, feel the rhythm of the train. You still want to get to the city, but the journey itself becomes part of your life, not just a stressful gap you have to endure. Thankfulness is looking out the window. So how do we do this? It's not complicated. It's actually the least complicated thing in the world. You don't need a special journal or a 10-minute meditation. You can start right now, in the middle of whatever you're doing. It's a question, a very simple question you ask yourself, maybe once a day, maybe when you're feeling that low hum of dissatisfaction. You ask what's working, not what's perfect, just what's working. My legs work. They got me out of bed. That's working. The tap has clean water. That's working. I have a memory of a friend that makes me smile. That's working. The sky outside has a color. That's working. You start with the absolute basics. The things so basic we forget they're the foundation of everything. The breath in your lungs. The beat of your heart. The light you are using to see this screen. These are not small things. They are miracles we have gotten used to. Thankfulness is the act of getting and used to them, of seeing them as strange and wonderful again. It's about the small victories. You made it through the day. That's a victory. You had a meal. You connected with someone, even with a simple text. You learned something, even a tiny thing. We wait for the big fireworks of achievement to feel good, and we miss all the little sparklers that are going off around us all the time. And here's where it gets really interesting psychologically. This isn't just a nice idea. It changes your brain. When you actively look for something to notice, something to appreciate, you are training your attention. You're telling your problem-finding brain, I want you to also find this. You're building a new pathway. The more you walk that pathway, the easier it becomes. The brain starts to automatically scan for good things too, not just for threats and lacks. It's like building a muscle. The muscle of noticing what's already here. This doesn't mean you become a naive, overly positive person who ignores reality. It means you become a more balanced person. You see the whole picture, the leaky roof and the solid floor, the difficult day and the comfortable bed waiting for you, the challenge and the strength you have to meet it. Life becomes three-dimensional again, instead of just being a flat landscape of problems. Think of your mind as a room. Worry, anxiety, desire for the next thing, they can fill that room up like a messy pile of stuff. There's no space to breathe. The act of thankfulness is like opening a window. It doesn't necessarily remove the mess immediately, but it lets fresh air in. It creates space. It changes the feeling of the room. It gives you a little oxygen, a little clarity, right where you are. Let's talk about comparison for a second. It's the thief of thankfulness. We look at other people's highlight reels on social media, their new car, their vacation, their seemingly perfect life, and we look at our own behind-the-scenes footage and feel like we're lacking. But you are comparing your entire, complex, messy, real life to a single, curated, shiny moment from someone else's. It's not a fair fight. Thankfulness brings you home, back to your own life, back to your own story. It asks, forget what they have. What do you have? What's happening in your world right now? That's good. It grounds you in your own reality. And your own reality, when you really look at it, has a lot more going for it than you usually give it credit for. It's also an anchor. When things are genuinely hard, when you get bad news, when you're stressed, when you're sad, thankfulness doesn't magically fix it. It's not a cure, but it can be an anchor. In a storm, an anchor doesn't stop the storm. It stops the boat from being swept away. One thankful thought, I am thankful I have a friend I can call about this, is an anchor. It doesn't solve the problem, but it holds you in place. It reminds you that not everything is storm. There is still solid ground somewhere. So, I invite you to try an experiment. Just for today, don't try to change your life. Don't try to force a big feeling of gratitude. Just try to notice three things. Three simple, ordinary things that are working, that are here. It could be the taste of your lunch, the sound of rain, the fact that you understood a joke, the feeling of a clean shirt. Just notice them. Acknowledge them quietly in your mind. This is here. That's it. That's the practice. Not a grand declaration, just a quiet noticing. Like noticing you're already holding the phone. You're already talking on it. The connection is already live. The good thing is already in your hand. You just have to shift your attention from the frantic search to the reality of the call, to the sound of the voice on the other end, to the warmth of the device in your palm. This is your life, happening right now, not in the future when you achieve the goal, not in the past when things were different. Here, now, with all its imperfections and its simple, amazing gifts. The sun comes up without you asking. Your heart beats without a reminder. You have a mind that can wonder about these things. You have the capacity to notice, to feel, to connect. Start there, with what's working, with what's already in your hand. Open a window, let the fresh air in, and see how the room of your day, the room of your life, begins to feel just a little bit different, just a little bit more yours, and a little bit more like enough. Okay, bye. See you next video.